Welcome back, YouTube. So I wanted to kind of just say why we don't do online ordering, especially eBay, Amazon, or other. You just don't know what you're going to get. That's for sure. And it's hard enough to get quality and the right parts, even from your parts store. So why we don't order online or use the online app for most of these parts places? Well, you eliminate the other person on the end of the phone not having a clue on what they're doing or making a mistake. But here's the bigger thing. We call 3, sometimes 4 different parts places to see what the availability is, how fast the delivery time is it on the shelf, what's it cost, what's the brand for it. And then we say, all right, well, this guy's, I'm just going to do the example, $10, the other guy's $11, the other guy's $9, right? And then the brand X doesn't have it in stock, whatever the case may be. At that point, if you did 4 online searches for your parts stores, right, and say they were all the same prices, or they weren't all the same prices, you click that button and somebody drops the ball on the other end, right? Because we've done that in the past using that, like, oh, well, they never shipped it, or it didn't print, or who knows. So for some reason or another, we just stopped that. But the advantage that we have here is the relationship and our buying power with our vendors. So when Rachel could say, hey, you have it in stock, you can deliver right now, but you're $10 more than the other guy. Either match his price or beat that price, or I'll wait. Most of the time, Rachel gets that price chopped even lower because she's on the phone working the parts guy. So there is an advantage to calling versus ordering online to speaking to non-human, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So people say, well, you're living in the Stone Ages if you're just calling for ordering for parts. No, I'm living for profits.
Yes.
And Rachel makes those guys work those prices. So if you're ordering on their online app or however they do it, where you're not talking to anybody, there's still an opportunity for someone to grab the wrong part, never process your order, because we've been down this road. So you'll eliminate possibly the guy picking the wrong part because you're more experienced and have more knowledge than the parts guy. But what you're leaving on the table is the opportunity to build that personal relationship, to get that cost of goods as low as you possibly can. And that's where Rachel does a good job. And it doesn't matter. You're not going online to Chevy or Ford and saying, well, let me gain access to your inventory and order it without me talking to your dumbass. That's not happening. So eliminate that. You got to call the dealership. And most of the times in the cars that we're fixing today, you have to call the dealership parts. You have
With
to.
a lot of the cars, yeah.
With a lot of the cars we're fixing today.
Especially the newer cars, like 3-4 years old.
Right.
They're going to need dealer parts because aftermarket there's either no availability,
right, it's
or
not caught up yet.
They don't have it.
So that's why we kind of call. I mean, it's about profits for me at the end of the day. It's like, how much money did I make? I'm not here to make friends all day long. I'm here to make money.
Get the parts here fast and get them here cheap.
Right. I mean, we've lost half a day already today
Waiting
between the
parts.
dealership screwing us for the axles. Right. When did that get done? 12?
Around
11?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Around 11 o'clock. So it sat on the lift
That was
for 2 or 3 hours yesterday.
longer than that yesterday.
We'll just consider a day,
like a full day.
almost a full day of work that sat there non-productive because I wasn't putting the car back together and paying Caleb 3 times to take it apart, put it back together, take it apart, put it back together.
And this F-150 that was here was on the lift until
So the F-150, that was another 3 hours,
10:45. We got them.
almost
rotors.
3 hours finally before we got the rear rotors. So that's, I mean, just look at all the wasted time, and that's human error right there. But it is what it is sometimes. Could I have controlled some of that? Sometimes that's out of my control. But my point is, we buy better with making the phone call, in my opinion. Thanks for watching. Oh, you have something to say?
Because you can get it faster and cheaper. Because she'll call around, get all the prices from everybody, get the availability, and then she'll call the guy or whatever parts department has the parts and say,
You got it all, right?
yeah, you have it all, but this guy said they had it cheaper, but that might not be available, so you'll get it at the less available.
She'll get it at the cheaper cost, and sometimes even less than that.
Yes.
And right away.
Yep.
Where if you order it online, you ain't getting any of that.
Nope.